Hey Internet, Eric here. I got to talking to one of my friends on Facebook. I'm not going to say him by name without his permission. Well, he also changes his name all the fucking time. And but I'm not going to say his name by without his permission. And he brought up, I think he was talking about the Halloween films. And I don't remember if he was talking about Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, or the original Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. But eventually, it got me and him talking, and I was discussing how, as shitty as Part 6 can be, and, Resurrection is garbage, and, Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie version, has its problems. I'll get into all those eventually with reviews. It's not as bad as Halloween 5. He said he didn't really remember too much of Halloween 5, so you know what, guess what? God damn it, I gotta talk about Halloween 5. The Return, no, not The Return. The Return is part 4, which is actually a fucking good film. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be spoilers abound because I'm going to spoil the shit out of this crappy film to explain how I dislike this film a lot. And I brought it up in many past reviews of mine. Alright, Halloween 5 basically takes place right after Halloween 4. And we get a recap of the past film. Michael Myers is defeated by getting shot to shit by the police force and a bunch of rednecks. He falls down a mine shaft, and then the cops drop, some dynamite down the mine shaft. Now, some added footage. We see Michael Myers crawling out of the rubbish, and we see him getting into a river, floats away. He's found by some hobo. Hobo takes him in. We see footage from part 4, where Jamie, played by Danielle Harris, Michael Myers' niece, goes crazy, stabs her stepmother or foster mother, what have you, with a pair of scissors. Now, it cuts to present day, and Jamie wakes up screaming with no sound. She's a mute through this entire fucking film. Well, not the entire fucking film, but the first 2/3 of this fucking film. She's a mute. She's now in some, not really a mental hospital, but a hospital that takes care of patients with, severe emotional problems, people who deal with trauma, what have you. So she is, she's living there now ever since she attacked her stepmom. And eventually, 1 year later, Michael Myers wakes up from his coma, kills the hobo, goes after young Jamie. All the while this is happening, Dr. Loomis, once again played by Pleasence, is watching over Jamie, knowing Michael will return, blah blah blah, wants to capture Michael, kill Michael, the fucking end. Now, aside from this being the same old plot, but that you get into that with with these films, you know what you're getting into. You know it's going to be one slasher going after another character, and then they try to stop him. But you know what? Instead of talking about the bad parts, let's talk about the good parts. Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis. Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis in here is so obsessed with catching Michael Myers, he will do whatever it takes. There are times when he hides behind young Jamie, Danielle Harris, and he goads Michael into getting him, holding her right in front of him, and basically saying, "Take your best shot, come get her. This is who you want." Blah blah blah. And Donald Pleasence is so batshit insane in this movie, and obsessed. It's like he's been often compared to Captain Ahab going after Moby Dick, and you can see it here. Donald Pleasence is just so crazy here, and it's very cool to see his obsession, what he will do to get Michael Myers finally where he belongs. That's about it. Well, no, the opening scene, the opening title sequence is cool with the butcher knives going into the pumpkin. That's all the good things. Now let's get to the shit. First off, like I said, Danielle Harris plays Jamie again. And she's mute for the first 2/3 of this fucking film. She doesn't speak. When she screams, it's all, no sound whatsoever. So for the first 2/3 of this fucking film, she's got to communicate by doing fucking charades with everybody. sign language, writing shit down, which is just annoying as shit. But you know what else is annoying? What do you do when your main lead can't speak? You give her a young friend from the hospital or whatever the fuck she's at, and you make him stutter. So this little shit, I think his name is Billy, who cares? Little Billy here has to communicate and help, Dr. Loomis find out where Michael Myers is. He's got to help a mute young Danielle Harris try to find out where the fuck Michael Myers is, but the motherfucker stutters throughout the entire film. He never fixes this. He stutters throughout the entire film. So there's part one. Big spoilers right here. The most likable character from part 4 is Ellie Cornell, who returns, and she plays who does she play? I don't care. She plays Danielle Harris's older foster sister, Rachel. And she's so likable in part 4. I mean, she kicks Michael's ass a lot of times. She does what she can to rescue young Jamie. So what do? They kill her off within the first half hour. Most likable character, kill her off, she gone. And when you kill her off, we have all these other characters you got to deal with, which are her dopey friends. First off, some blonde chick, played by Tamara Glynn. Annoying. Her whole fucking spiel is she wants to lose her virginity on Halloween to this blonde dipshit that no one likes. Yes, they do it. They do it in a barn. They get killed. Thank God. But their acting is atrocious. They're severely annoying. They're unlikable. And speaking of that, the worst part of this film. Rachel's best friend Tina, played by Wendy Kaplan. Now Tina is most likely the most annoying fucking character I have ever seen in a horror movie. And that includes Deputy Dipshit Dewey from all 4 fucking Scream movies. Reason why I hate Deputy Dipshit. I hate Deputy Dewey because he's a retarded cop. I hate retarded cops in films. I hate bumbling cops in films. I hate the fact that they make cops look like idiots in films. How the fuck can you be a police officer if you're fucking retarded? They did a perfect job making fun of him in the Wayans Brothers Scary Movie. They made him a retard in that movie because Dewey is retarded. But he's not as bad as Tina, the character here, because Tina is annoying as shit. Her acting is atrocious. Her voice is grating on the ears. She tries to be likable and fails. She's this dumbass typical woman who's got the asshole boyfriend but doesn't know any better, so she stays with him. And she's the one we have to follow for like 50 to 75% of this film because they fucking killed Rachel in the first half hour. And the thing is, what makes her I said how more annoying she is than Deputy Dewey, but the good thing is they kill her off in this fucking film and Dewey lives on for 4 Scream movies. Sorry to spoil that for you, but you know what? I'm helping you right there. But they finally fucking kill her off. And no one cares because this character is so fucking unlikable and annoying. You're waiting for her to die. She is the worst part of this fucking film. God, I've never wished, I've never wished a character to die in a horror film, a slasher film, more than her, other than Deputy Dewey and all the fucking assholes in the Friday the 13th remake. Because there's not a goddamn likable character out of almost the whole bunch. But she takes the fucking cake. She's the worst character in a horror film that I've ever seen. And I have seen a lot of Uwe Boll films, okay? She fucking sucks. She is the worst thing in this movie. And I've just repeated myself 3 or 4 fucking times about that. But I just can't help it. What else? Speaking of dumb cops, we have bumbling cops here that are accompanied by fucking sound effects. Okay? Fucking sound effects. We got bumbling cops falling for the tricks of Tina and her friends, and all, they like to play tricks on the cops. And what do we get? Every time these motherfuckers leave the screen, you hear whistles and horns honking and shit like that. I was watching this for the first time with my wife, because she was eventually getting into horror movies and stuff. And she looked at me, she said, why in the world do those cops have funny noises following them? And I looked at her and I said, because this movie is fucking retarded. That's why. Director Dominique Othenin-Girard. I butchered your name. I don't give a fuck. I don't know if Dominique, you are male or female, but fuck you, you suck. This was a piece of shit. This was a horrible addition to the Halloween franchise. Especially because it followed how great Part 4 was. Anything else? Oh, they make the asshole boyfriend of Tina have the same name as Michael Myers. They make him, they name him Michael. Of course, so when, Michael kills Michael, and he takes his Halloween mask, and Tina can call him Michael, because, haha, it's funny, it makes it seem like she's talking to her boyfriend. No, that's fucking played, fucking retarded. I cannot stand it. Oh, this film is so bad. I hate this film more than Halloween Resurrection, and that piece of shit has Busta Rhymes kicks Michael Myers' ass. Okay, the thing is, with Halloween Resurrection, like I said, I'll review it eventually, but we have a scene where Busta Rhymes kicks Michael Myers' ass while doing fucking kung fu moves and Bruce Lee noises. That's a piece of shit. But there is more likable scenes or tolerable scenes in Halloween Resurrection than there are in Halloween 5. I would rather deal with the fucking druids and everything that's in Halloween 6 than watch this piece of crap. The only reason I ever watch this is because when me and my wife do a Halloween movie marathon, my OCD kicks in and I have to watch this piece of shit because it's the next in line. What else was I talking about? What else was I going to bitch about this movie? What was I talking about? Halloween 6. See, I can't even fucking think straight for this piece of shit. This is the worst film in the entire series. This is worse than Halloween H2O. Because at least Jamie Lee Curtis puts in some fucking effort in Halloween H2O. No, everybody here is on autopilot. I think they know, other than Donald Pleasence, I think they know that this series has become tired. Which is sad. Because, you know what? Halloween 3 was fine. I defended that in a previous video. Halloween 4 is fantastic. The first one was great. Second one was okay. But, god damn. Who are the writers in this? Michael Jacobs, Shem Bitterman, and then Dominique. The 3 fucking writers came up with this crap. And one of them was actually the director. That makes me sad. That really makes me sad. Deaths. No memorable deaths. We get a hanging. We get, stabbing to the head, some hacking, off-screen kills with a Grim Reaper sickle. Off-screen kills. I know what I was going to talk about. This movie introduced the man in the silver boots, who is revealed in Halloween Part 6, or The Curse of Michael Myers. But we get every now and then, like say every 20 minutes to a half hour, we see this mysterious character in some silver-toed cowboy boots. And he's following Michael Myers around. And by the end, after Michael Myers is captured and arrested, instead of killed, they put him in a fucking jail cell instead of killing him, and they're going to have him wait to go to trial. This mysterious man in black busts into the police station, mows down all the cops with a fucking Tommy gun or semi-automatic weapon, break Michael Myers out of prison. The movie ends with Danielle Harris screaming no, setting it up for Halloween Part 6. And they do explain what happened to Jamie, what happened to Michael, who the fucking man in black is. But the problem is, after watching this film, you don't really care. You don't want to know what happens to these characters. This movie, seriously, I would rather fucking scratch my nuts with a cheese grater than care what happens to these characters, because the only character you care about is Rachel, and she was fucking killed an hour ago, and you still... See, I'm so flustered with this shit. It's so bad. This is like... I did a video with my buddy on the Whitey the White Guy channel, and I'll put a link to his page. And he made me watch A Million Ways to Die in the West by Seth MacFarlane, that fuckface. And I hated it. It was probably one of the worst films I've ever seen. This is the horror version of A Million Ways to Die in the West. And you can quote me on that. This is shit in a hat. Plain and simple. So to my friend, who pretty much gave me the idea to review this film and talk about this film, thanks. First you give me the idea to review or bring up, Saturday the 14th, which I reviewed a couple days ago. Please check out my video. And now you made me talk about this piece of crap. God. The thing is, in the fourth one, Danielle Harris was so good as young Jamie. And what do? You hinder her acting skills by taking away her voice, and her best friend is a fucking stutterer. You kill off her fucking cousin. The bond between those two were great in part 4, so you kill her off within a half hour. Then you give her some fucking annoying bitch to take care of her for the rest of the movie. Throw in some lame kills, some off-screen kills. There is a good scene where Michael is chasing Jamie while driving a car. She's running through a field. That was good. That was intense. That doesn't save this film. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Is there anything else I can think of off the top of my head? No. Not at all. This film fucking sucks. And you know what? To my friend, I hate you. And I'm going to tell you what. I was drinking beer. It's gone. No. I have some of this stuff. To get through this film, I suggest this. Or maybe even some of this. To get through this. The worst film in the series. And that's saying a lot. Busta Rhymes, Bruce Lee impersonation, beats up Michael Myers. Still better than this. And that film also had Tyra Banks doing absolutely nothing. Put that into perspective, please. Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks, for no reason other than to probably get a certain demographic into horror films. Whatever. It's got its reason. Worse than this. Halloween H2O with LL Cool J in there for some reason. And Josh Hartnett and a bunch of other Dawson Creeky type of fucking characters. Worse than this. I enjoy Halloween 3 so much. But people bitch about there's no Michael Myers. Well, guess what? Maybe this would have been fine if they would have taken Michael Myers out and replaced it with Tom Atkins. Who knows? But you know what? I do not recommend this film at all. Like I said, probably one of the worst horror sequels I have ever seen. If it wasn't for my fucking OCD, when we do marathons where I have to watch a film in order, and I have this in my collection just to have it in the collection, because again, OCD, I want the entire collection. I do not recommend you spending a dime buying this. Download it illegally, watch it, and then throw your computer out the fucking window when you're done. Trust me, you're better off that way. So, in the end, that's my review. Please like and subscribe. All that jazz. I really don't care. I do have 52 subscribers. I am thankful for that. My new subscribers, my ones that have been there since the beginning. I really appreciate that. Please tell your friends if you like some of my stuff. Check out my older videos. But don't check out Halloween 5. Hopefully my review has saved you some time. So with that saying, cheers. And fuck this film. Hey Internet, Eric here. I just got done filming my Halloween 5 review, what have you, and I'm going to see if I can splice this video into the end of that video. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But one thing I just remembered that I forgot to fucking talk about that I hated in this fucking film was the fact that they promoted this film about Wow, this is the film. We see Michael Myers without his fucking mask. First off, assholes, we've seen Michael Myers without his mask in the very first film. We know he's not deformed, okay? He's not, he's not Jason Voorhees. He's not Freddy Krueger. He's not Leatherface. He's a normal human being facially. And we've seen his fucking face at the end of Halloween, the original Halloween. He gets his mask taken off by Jamie Lee Curtis. You see, he's just a normal person. He's just got like a swollen eye because he was fucking stabbed in the eye. But they promote this fucking movie. Oh, we'll finally see Michael Myers without his fucking mask on. So what do? Young Jamie, played by Danielle Harris, she's in the attic, okay? And Michael Myers has dug up a casket, for the size of a young girl. And Jamie, to try to distract Michael Myers, knows that she's the niece, so she gets in there and she cries, "Uncle," and that stops Michael in his tracks. Okay, let's see where this goes. And what does she do? She says, "Let me see." So, okay, Michael Myers has taken off his mask. Like I said, he's fucking normal. Or he was burnt severely in part 2. And we know he's burned because when we first see him in part 4, he's wrapped in bandages. Okay, maybe he is a fucking, hot dog under that. So what do? Michael takes off his mask because she asked, "Let me see." Michael slowly takes off his mask. And what does this fucking director do? I'm going to give you a name of it. Dominique Othenin-Girard. Fuckface. What do? First off, you have this scene in the dark. The only light we get in this scene is the fucking candles that are all around the room. So you can't see shit to begin with. So what do? Michael Myers takes off his mask so little Danielle Harris can see. And what do we see? We see a close-up of Michael Myers' eye, and he's crying. So he's got a tear in his eye. Now it's explained why he has to kill his bloodline in part 6. As retarded as it is explained. So I don't know if they planned on writing part 6 right after this film, which you could kind of see why he would be crying having to kill his niece. I'll discuss that again when I review part 6. But the thing is, you're promoting this film as the movie you finally get to see Michael Myers without a mask, even though you saw it in part 1. And what do? You have no light in the scene. You show a close-up of his fucking teardrop eye. And then when all shit hits the fan and Michael freaks out because she wants to touch him, because she sees the tear and I think she's going to wipe it away because she sees he's he's crying for some reason. What happens? He freaks out and you see him struggling to put on the mask, and then he backs away, he's freaking out, and he puts on the mask. You don't see jack fucking shit. Promote this film where Michael Myers takes off his mask and you don't see goddamn anything. Fuck this film again. I had to come back to do a second video. Hopefully I can splice this in. I don't fucking know. I don't really know YouTube. Like I said, I'm just a fat dude with a beard, sitting here drinking beer, discussing movies, especially this piece of shit right now. So hopefully, when I upload the first part of this film, I can splice this video into it, because I want people to know another fucking thing that's wrong with this film. Fuck this film. Fuck it in the ass. You get the picture. Alright. Cheers. Hopefully this works. Sayonara.